just be like that. It just be like, yo, this ain't me. I ain't
Man.
about this no more. I'm cool.
Mm-mm, not at
Yeah.
all. And watching them in there, I'm like, oh man, we used to be like this. Oh my goodness, how did we do it?
Right, right. I don't
Mm-mm,
know.
mm-mm.
I don't know.
I'm
Because
still trying to recuperate. I ain't do nothing. I ain't drink nothing. It's just,
uh
I'm sleepy. I can't do it. Mm-mm. Uh,
this is fun. This is fun now.
he hate the club too, so it's like he like,
uh,
I know. But work never
sometimes in
stops.
business, you just hey, work don't stop. You got to be there and you gotta
Yeah,
make sure it
yeah,
happens. So
absolutely. We got some good stuff today. I don't even know. I was like, oh Lord,
yeah, yeah.
I got it. And I
Let's look at these messages.
of course with the millennial one, I got the little.
The video. Okay.
Well, no, like it was like little
The
each. It
points.
was each topic on there. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna just do a couple of those when we get to that one.
Okay. Yeah, the little bullet points. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that one had some good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. What you think about that? You seen that Broner joint? Him and Corey Hill like almost 900,000, and he told me he only got $13 to his name.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's supposed to
What?
have paid like some kind of lawsuit a while back, and he went to court the other day, and the judge had pulled up like his Instagram, and he doing the money joints and all that. He's like, "Oh, that's my friend money. They just let me take these pictures." He's like, "I only got $13 on my name. Like I'm really broke." It's like,
He pulled a 50 cent. That ain't that what 50 did?
yo, I said, okay.
Oh my God. No, I
I
ain't
mean,
even see that one.
if it's
That's
real, you only got $13. Yo, you did some bad money management. You was really irresponsible. And you know what? You deserve that.
he
But
lying. He just trying not to go
yeah,
to jail. Like he
he,
ain't trying to pay
he not
nothing.
trying to pay no $900,000.
That's
It's like he's 60 or
ridiculous.
something like that. It's something crazy. But yeah, I was like, all right, man,
Wow. Mm-mm.
you out of pocket with that one. You only got
What you,
$13, not 13,000, just $13.
$13.
It's like,
What you think about your people, your president?
my president. You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
His sore loser was a person. My goodness.
Yeah, yeah. It's very contradictory because he's accepting the results from like the House and the representatives and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not from those same votes. You know what I'm saying? From the same votes
Right.
that's been doctored up and
Yep.
all that, but he's not taking the actual loss from him not being
Right.
selected. So, but
And he literally throwing a temper tantrum. Like this is
yeah.
crazy.
And then his base is supporting it and they
Of
believe
course.
everything. Yeah,
Hmm. All he got to
that's
do is
what.
say it.
Yeah, but that's what gets me is like so many people believe it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when he like how the streets flooded after he lost, it was
Hmm.
like literally like we had a dictator, like a dictator just was taking over. It's
Right,
crazy. This is
right.
it's insane.
It is. I don't. I just don't. I just don't. I don't say I just don't believe it because I believe it, but I was like, yo, this is literally like the first time since I've been paying attention to politics as an adult.
Hmm.
Like even like France was celebrating when they found out that he was. I was like, you got other countries celebrating along with like
Yeah.
they ain't hit those bells, even when the
Hmm.
Pope, what I'm saying, it was like the world is like happy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, because he's caused so much turmoil
mhm.
everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
and I don't know if you it's a I want to say he's running for Senate. I don't know. He's somewhere. I want to say Kansas, maybe. He was on Charlamagne made him dunking the day today.
Oh, for real?
And he did an interview with somebody, and they asked him if Trump was to come out right now and say, "I said such and such because I'm a racist." How would you
Mhm.
like? How would you feel? He was like, "Well, I wouldn't defend him anymore." He said, "Okay, but what if he said that? Would you still vote for him to be president?" Dude was just sat there for a minute. Like the guy was
Mhm.
like, "Why is that hard for you to answer?" So, well, I mean, it just
Right.
depends on who he was running against. He was like a racist, like. Like he said, well, these are some these ridiculous hypothetical questions. He said, no, your answer is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
said, they
like,
let y'all know what it is. Like,
mhm.
please let me know up front. Say what it is. Say how you
Right.
feel, so I know
And
how
I
to.
guess that's the one thing I would say I could at least appreciate, and yeah, I won't say like, but could appreciate was the fact that his bigotry, the energy he was giving out, the base that he was supporting, the energy they were giving out was quite clear,
Very
and
clear.
you knew where people stood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what up, Perry? And so you knew where those people stood, and it's like,
Right.
okay, I ain't, you know what I'm saying. But now it's like people's like, oh, now we going back to good old fashioned like low key racism. I don't want that. I want to know the people
Nah.
that are
Yep.
like. So I'm like, keep that same energy. I like it now. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's I'm not saying it's good, but I'd rather see it and see for
Right.
things where you are, and like, okay, this is where you stand. Okay, I only do so much with you based on whatever. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
but
don't hide that shit smiling in my face.
right,
Mm-mm.
right,
Nah.
right. Because I'm like, even if he wasn't racist, or I think he's bigoted, but I'm like, he's appealing to a base that is, and that's the main
Mhm.
thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
he gives off such energy of hatred. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why
Yeah.
the country is divided the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
And we literally going to knockout drag outs over
Yeah, exactly,
like it's crazy. Like, man,
exactly.
look, that dude,
Yeah,
he got to go.
yeah, he got the
And
role. He got
we
the
can
role.
start
Yeah.
with
So
this
let's start.
first. We're gonna start with the topic since I put it up there for some
All
clickbait.
right. Let's go.
So pressured into marriage only to
Mm,
be denied sex.
mm. Okay. So let's preface that. Like, where
So
did
it
that
came
come
from a
from?
video between a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was saying like he felt like once they got married, like he felt like he was pressured into being married, but
Mm-hmm.
he was trying not to say it because he knew she was going to be
Mm-hmm.
offended by it. But he
Mm-hmm.
felt like if he didn't marry her, then he wasn't going to get what he wanted out of the deal or whatever. But he felt
Right.
like after he got married, after you did all this, you done pressure me to get married, be monogamous, don't
Mm-hmm.
cheat on you, be faithful, whatever. Now be married, and it's like I gotta beg for sex, like I'm barely getting any,
Mm-hmm.
but you still want me to uphold this commitment or whatever. So, and she was kind of like pretty much saying, I didn't make you do anything, you did it because you wanted to, which I mean, which is true, you don't have to do it, but
Correct.
I mean, he wanted the cow, he didn't want just the
Mm-hmm.
milk.
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
I hear it a lot with married couples. Like once you get married, it's like a chore. Women feel like having sex is a chore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Um. Yeah. Hey, I probably had to deep dive into that one. I don't think a lot of people. I'm not gonna just put it on women. I don't think a lot of people realize, like, the seriousness of being. Let's not even just say married, being monogamous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, everything that I do is just going to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the companionship is just going to be with you. The levels of, and forms of intimacy is just going to be with you. And even though a person may, let's say, since it's the couple, she may want it, but she doesn't know everything that it entails. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
because now she's responsible for fulfilling all of this.
All of this, you know what I'm saying? And now he's, I guess, somewhat, unfulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, you forced my hand on this because of whatever. And it could have just been, it could have been more of things that he considered than just sex, the whole partnership and all the other values that she brings into, being together. But if that was a big thing and it's like, well, this was something that I needed and you slacking on, this expectation on where it is. So, that's where, it can become, a problem. And if a person's sex drive is higher, and I mean, a lot of times situations like relationships and change, like everybody gets comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do everything that you was doing before. You don't, you're not as necessarily like romantic as, on both sides. Not as necessarily romantic as y'all, used to be. You ain't, I don't say taking pride of taking care of yourself as much. You may stop working out, or y'all sitting on the couch eating more. You know what I'm saying? So, that's going to affect certain things. Now you just laying around in sweats the whole time. Y'all not dressing up or anything like that. So, all that stuff plays a factor.
Yeah.
And I guess for him, the activity, the engagement, was something he needed more of, and she wasn't fulfilling for him. But yeah, I did remember that video.
Yeah, because I only been married once and it didn't count.
It counted. Ain't no mulligans.
I missed annulment by 2 months. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's because people are married for really long periods of time, and they're not like really putting the effort into keeping things spicy.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm a spicy person, so I'm always trying to do different shit. So if you don't have that, it's gonna feel like a chore, first of all, for a woman. And then the man is gonna feel like, well, damn, I mean, I gave you what you wanted. You want, shut up. He talking about this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave you what you wanted. Now I'm sitting here, I done cut off all my hoes, and you sitting over acting like you don't want to give me none.
Right.
Like, you gotta figure out some kind of way. Like, I can't even imagine like sitting on the couch bored with somebody, because like, nah, let's go. What we doing?
Right.
Like, you gotta keep it interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially, I guess, when you come into that terms of partnership and marriage and everything, but that like real long term type thing, it's a marathon. Like, you really gonna have to pace yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I'm not married, because I don't.
You'll not pace yourself. Gotcha. But yeah. So a lot of people don't realize that, and some people tire out fast or get bored fast, or they're unable to keep up with their partner, and then that becomes
finding that compatibility, man. You got to find somebody,
right?
Because like that little quick butterfly feeling in the beginning, that shit fizzle off if you ain't with somebody that you're like really compatible with.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good, and I've heard of situations where even, on the flip side, the man is like, you know what? Hey, let's stop having sex, or maybe we shouldn't have sex. You know what I'm saying? And then there's been, you know, people like that, you know, for the sake of like, nah, I don't want, you know, the emotions to get confused. You know, it's really like
Oh, you talking
giving
about
you the
before they
life
get
together.
married, like before you
Not
even
even
get to the
before the
in the marriage.
marriage. And then but I think most times when a guy does it, it's, you know, she's like, nah, I'm gonna wait, or we gotta stop. We can't do it no more till we married. And he like, well, damn, let's hurry up and get married then so we can get back to doing what we were
Right.
doing.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
where that I feel like I'm being forced
Right.
into something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the struggle right there.
Mm-mm.
Like, mm.
Mm-mm.
Then y'all do it a couple times. Like, was it really? Should I have done this? Like,
Hell no! Don't do it! Don't do it!
you know,
Don't
ain't
do
really love. You just,
it!
you know, loving the moments. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on that. You know.
Oh my God, I can't. All right, let's go to the next topic. So you and I had a conversation the other day. You hit me up with this topic, and there I had different variables in my answer. So, do you give the
Mm-hmm.
engagement ring back if y'all do not get married?
I think you should. Period.
Well, in the court of law.
Okay. Oh, we going there? Okay.
Well, I just really think if you call off the engagement and I did nothing wrong, I'm
Mm-hmm.
all in. I kept up my end of the deal. It's my ring. I'm not giving you nothing back.
Mm-hmm.
If I do something crazy, yeah, I didn't keep up my end of the because the engagement is a contract. The marriage is you finalized it and you solidified it, so you kept your end of the deal. But I was gonna keep up my end of the deal. You called it off.
Okay.
Indian giver. Sorry if I offended anybody. I'm sorry. That might be offensive.
Right. So one of the things that I was, you know, I asked, I was like, okay, so what if it was like a family heirloom? Like, what if I, you know, they had this ring, you know, you know, the father passed it down, and you know, you know, would you give it back then?
Did you see what Demetrius said? Nah, keep that shit. I'm already with the next bitch. See, for like, I feel like if outside of me, if it's a family heirloom, you need to give it back. But I don't like you need to have that conversation because I don't want a family heirloom. That ain't my mama, my grandma. I don't want that ring. No, give it to your daughter. I don't want that. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't want to wear your dead grandma's ring. She wasn't my grandma. I'm serious. She wasn't my grandma.
Right.
That's weird.
I got you. I mean, but you know, if it was one of those joints, like okay, every man in the family when they, you know, they propose with this ring, and then you know whatever. I don't know.
We're gonna break that generational curse.
Yeah, not that you gotta wear it or keep it as your wedding ring, but that's, you know, that's just, you know, the ring you got engaged with. Nope. But is a ring really that important too?
Nope, I don't need a ring.
Okay.
For me, I don't. I don't care nothing about it.
I know. Yeah, for something like all right, look, we just high five it. You know what I'm saying? And be cool. But yeah, I forgot where that came up or where I saw it, but I was just like,
I know a lot of women are very like they like serious about that ring.
Right.
Like it better be right, it better be big, it better be expensive, it better be all that. Like I'm like all of that, and then you still get cheated on. No, I'm good.
Right. And so that, you know, that had brought up another conversation that we had talked about, because it was like, okay, now, you know, what if he is just doing this on a whim and he gives you a ring that you don't like? Or, you know, it's like something you deem inexpensive. What if the diamonds ain't real and they all glass like cubic zirconia? Like, why you make the face though?
Because that comes down to a conversation in your relationship with that person. Y'all should have already had these conversations.
What conversation?
Any kind
about
of
marriage?
Like, yeah, just a general conversation. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you just have it could just be any kind of conversation. It could be hypothetical. It could be anything. But you should have already had some type of conversation about what your expectations are when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to marriage, period, all the way across the board. Do you
Okay.
even want a big wedding? Do you even want to be married? If I was
Right.
proposed to you, are you going to embarrass me in front of these people and tell me no? Like, you need to have this conversation. Should I do this in private just in case? You should have that. Like, you should know that. You shouldn't come to me with some old random shit and then be shocked when I'm like, are you crazy?
Okay.
Like, we should have already talked about this.
Right, but at the same time, I get all that. But let's say y'all talked about everything but the ring, and he comes
Well,
with a ring.
then he will go out and pick out something that he likes, right? And then hopefully he will come with the caveat, look, I picked this out. I hope you like it. If not, I got the receipt. We can go back and go pick something you like.
Mm-hmm.
It should be that easy. It shouldn't be a big deal. I don't think it should be like this overly dramatic thing.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, for some women.
So in gifts in general, if you don't like the gift, you tell people you don't like it?
No. I don't. I think
Why
that's
would you
rude.
do that with your buddy?
No, if he tells me we can go and look for another ring.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not buying a 4-carat ring when I know I'm a cheat.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what I said. You could be 4 carats of glass. You know what I'm saying? You can get one, for like $100. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nice cubic zirconia. Okay, so what if you found out the ring that they gave you, even though you're assuming that it's diamonds and it comes out as not diamonds?
It's funny that you asked that because it was a video going around. This little boy was at school. He might have been in high school or middle school. I don't know. He had a little thing, the little device that you could check to see if.
Yeah.
He was going around testing the teacher's rings, and the one teacher's ring was fake.
Yeah, I saw it.
She's been married for like 20 years.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm snapping like that too. Like, don't give me no fake ring. That's not cool.
Why?
If you couldn't afford a ring, just don't give me a ring. We could just get a tattoo or something. I don't need the ring.
So the ring has to have diamonds.
Yeah, if you're gonna buy an actual wedding ring, I don't want it to be fake.
Classified fake.
I don't want to be walking around acting like it's real. No.
You could be like, yeah, these are real cubic zirconias.
No, I'm good.
Why do they have to be diamonds?
Because it's an investment. And if some shit go wrong, I need to be able to sell that shit.
It's not an investment. It's a decoration.
It's definitely an investment.
It's not an investment.
It's definitely an investment. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
If stuff go wrong, if I buy jewelry, I'm investing, especially gold. That's an investment. That you shouldn't just be randomly buying stuff just to buy it. Who is that? Here we go with the ring. Yeah. I don't even need the ring though. But if you're going to buy, why even buy a ring if it's not going to be real? What's the purpose?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Define real, because cubic zirconia is a real stone. It happens to look like a diamond.
Just buy me a band.
Okay.
I don't want that. I can't sell that. If you go cheat on me, I can't get none for that.
Gotcha. So if he gets you a band, you're assuming that it's platinum.
I don't even want the ring though. I literally don't want to. I don't have to have a ring at all.
I'm not saying you. We're just talking in general. I mean, you can speak for yourself, but because it brings up the whole thing of real and fake. So now you get people all the time that wear sterling silver, and we just for whatever reason it might be platinum or whatever. But silver is a real metal material. Mm-hmm. So what classifies it as being fake? What classifies that cubic zirconia as being fake?
It's a fake diamond. Okay. It ain't from Sierra Leone. It ain't no blood diamond. No, I'm joking.
Right. Okay, we don't want no blood diamonds.
Yes, I am going straight to the pawn shop after the divorce. Absolutely. Absolutely. For all of my pain and suffering.
Goodness. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's just a conversation. If your wife is okay with cubic zirconia, buy her one. Mm-hmm. If she not, get her diamonds. If she don't want a ring, don't buy another. It's just all about conversation and preference.
Right. But I just wonder why it's such a big issue.
Because I think it's about the symbolism. I think if you're looking at it from the standpoint of, just look at it from like, I don't even want to go back and talk about this shit, but I'm gonna just use it as an example, not the rule. It's an exception. when your girl was on there and it blew up on the internet about, oh, if your man can't buy you this bag, blah blah blah, that attaching value to an item, a lot of women really think that if he doesn't buy me this, he doesn't love me. So, and that's why they put so much emphasis on the ring, because they feel like that is the end all be all. Like that's the pinnacle. He really loved me because he bought me this. And my interpretation is, and this is me being an asshole, but my daddy ain't ever bought me shit, so I need this to validate that.
Okay. Validation.
So I think a lot of women, that's validation for them. Like, now I made it. He proposed to me. He wants to marry me. He bought me a big ring. I made it. I'm validated now. Now I'm worthy.
Okay. Sounds like materialism, but you know. Okay, I think that's.
I don't even know if it's materialism. I think a lot of women don't understand that. I think a lot of women really think that that's what value is. They've been taught that if he doesn't buy you this, if he doesn't pay for this, if you like, these things make you valuable.
Right. So, and then that's the thing. So, my question, not to you, but just in general, would be, okay, what's more important, having the big expensive ring, or even like we talked about the whole wedding, thing, in an unhappy,
right,
marriage, or
that's the problem.
That Cuban zirconia, you know what I'm saying? Or, or a cheap wedding or whatever, or a low budget wedding, or, inexpensive wedding ceremony or whatever, but have the best partner, the best experience, the best relationship.
Right. I mean, of course you want the best partner, but I'm not going to knock any of the stuff. If you can afford it, buy it. By all means, get what you can afford. Stay in your tax bracket. But don't put so much emphasis on all of that and no emphasis on the actual relationship, on the marriage itself. Because a lot of people go all out for everything else and then wonder why they shit don't work, because they ain't even figured out that this motherfucker, I don't even like him.
Right. Because, like, okay, we go back to that, the kid on the test with the teachers, and, she called right there and was like, I've been married 20 years. And it's like, okay, but have you been happy these 20 years? Has he been treating you right these 20 years?
She was pissed.
And it was just the side stones. The main stone was real. It was the side stone that was fake. So it was like, okay, like.
Did he tell you that it was a fake? That it was a piece of like? Did you ask?
Does he even know? You know what I'm saying? But she called us and he was like, "Yo, I've been married, 20 years. I got this for my 20 years. Like, I get it.
He was embarrassed more than anything. I think.
Like you deserve, yeah, But at the same time, it's like, okay, but has this man been making you or keeping you happy these 20 years?
Right.
I think that's more important than what kind of stone is in the ring. My opinion.
Well, it absolutely is, but don't get me no goddamn Cuban zirconia. Period.
What's wrong with the zirconia though? Cuban zirconia is a real stone.
I prefer a diamond.
Okay.
That's it. I just prefer a diamond. I need resale value.
Okay.
Just in case. Insurance policy.
Got you.
So
and you walking around with, let's see what he said.
That's because a man's attached to his money and his time. I agree. Yeah. You're right. So, and that's why a lot of women feel like whatever he spends his money on means it's valuable. Like, so if he's spending his money on me, I mean something to him.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if you No, I was about to be real explicit. If you treat me right, you mean something to me.
Gotcha.
If you because if a man just has a lot of money and he's spending it on me, it doesn't matter if you're not treating me right. You got a lot of money, so you can just spend it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. You know.
Yeah, I mean that just makes me think. Like I said, all right, because what if he like I said, what if he is treating her right? What if she got a banging crib? You know what I'm saying? She's just working because she wants to, or to just take care of stuff on her own. But he's been taking care of the majority of stuff. I don't know how many kids they have, or whatever. But he's been doing all that, and just like I say, he may not even know that the little side stones weren't real.
Right. He might just went and bought the ring and
with the good intentions, or
right. She just snapped on.
Yeah, but it's just like at the end of the day, if you've been happy these 20 years, who cares about the ring? Or if you really love the person, why should you even worry about
a
ring like that? Like it's I don't know.
Because I had a real big ring and I wasn't even married. And he was a piece of shit.
Oh man.
Just saying. It was huge.
Got you.
And he was a cheater. Whatever. Well, we're gonna move on to our next topic.
Should have got a Birkin.
Fuck that bag. Oh, ugly ass old lady looking purse. I don't know why they be going there. That bag is ugly. Okay. So here we go. Do nice guys finish last, or are women so used to drama that they can't appreciate the nice guy?
I would say depends on the girl.
I agree.
Or the woman. I'm sorry.
But that whole bad boy thing. They always want the bad boy or the guy, the hard to get guy. I think a lot of times women say they want one thing, and then they literally go after something totally different.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it from I always use the analogy with Steve Urkel. That's my thing. Like if the guy's not chasing you like Steve Urkel, he don't really like your ass. But like Steve Urkel was the nice guy, right? He really courted and wanted Laura Winslow. He wanted her. But as soon as Stefan Urkel came up, she was right there. She was ready for him.
Yeah.
He ain't paying her no mind.
Yeah, he just straight ignored her.
But women just most people want what they can't have.
To a degree. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. It'd be like that.
That chase. They want that chase.
I've come to
it has
to be both and not one or the other. Right. Yeah, you gotta have I guess you could be a nice guy and still have some, that I guess a rough side to you, some edge to you.
Like a thug with a 401k.
You know what I'm saying? Got a good insurance, you know what I'm saying? So what classifies a good guy? Outside of the Steve Urkel, like what are people saying? Oh, this is a good guy, and then why is he finishing last if he's a good guy?
I just think a good guy would be somebody that is everything that a woman says she wants: attentive, courteous, chivalrous. He's opening doors. He's available when you text. He texts right back. He's there if you need him. You call him. He answers. You don't really have to guess about what he's doing. He's open, honest. He communicates well, loyal. He's just a stand-up guy. But for some reason.
It's not for some reason. It's a reason.
Women like that. I don't know, like the mystery, the hard to get. And I think guys do too. I think it's kind of like it's a challenge, and let me see if I can crack the code. Can I be the one that get it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I actually think the nice guys, the good guys, actually win in the end.
Yeah, because they find an even better woman the one that they were trying to get with initially.
Yeah. As long as they don't like get jaded from somebody that did them quote unquote wrong or whatever, I think they always win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
Look at Russell Wilson.
Hey, sometimes lame is good. You know what I'm saying? But they used to, hey, lame is the new cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, they both did good for each other. So, I can't say one did better than the other. They both
right.
Found one another, and it's good to go. But I would say, what's the other part? Yeah, I think nice guys do finish last. At least they finish.
That's kind of like the same with guys. They always want what we say, they like hoes or something like that. I forgot what was the topic we had one week.
Guys like thoughts.
Yeah,
but usually that's for a purpose. Like most dudes, most guys. Right. Yeah. But it will say, like, we'll put the nice guys, because a lot of people like, oh, they're because they're tentative and they do all this, and they're like, oh, they're simping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More so like, oh, maybe women are saying, oh, I can take advantage of him, so there's no appeal to it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's nice.
Yeah.
But it's like, if he's giving you what you want, then but once that nice guy realizes that he's not chasing after this person, or he shouldn't be chasing after this person, I don't think you should chase after anybody, because it's a lot of bad stuff that happens, when you chase after someone.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I ain't chasing shit.
Well, most times women don't have to chase. They're always being pursued.
You'd be surprised.
Don't get me wrong.
Simple out here, man. I'd be like,
yeah. I wouldn't say they're chasing. They make themselves easily. I see you. Chill out. But and yeah. So it was that where it said, women so used to the drama they can't appreciate the nice guy. I don't think that they're used to. I don't know. Maybe you can answer that part. That they're used to the drama. They're just not ready for that nice guy.
I think they get bored.
Right.
And I think a lot of times it does have a lot to do with like being so used to being in toxic relationships that being something normal seems abnormal. Like you in something that's actually,
like, this ain't supposed to be right.
Right. Like, hold up, we ain't arguing. We ain't, like, some people really are just used to that type of relationship, and they don't know how to appreciate an actual healthy one.
Yeah.
So
get out of that. Got to bounce. Get yourself out of that one.
Yeah, I can't. Listen, I don't have time. But, we're gonna go to the last topic because this one has some little subtopics underneath it. So we always have issue with certain generations, and of course they always use the word millennial. to describe like everything for some reason. And I forgot what years the millennials are, but I know right now we're in generation
81,
I think.
81 to 81 to whatever. 1980 was the last year before millennium.
Okay, so it says why dating a millennial is so screwed up.
Let's hear about it.
Okay, so one of the things, number one, we ghost as a way to end things. So it says if we're no longer interested in someone, we don't need to tell them. We simply stop responding.
Basically. And that's bad, right? Like you should just go ahead and say, hey, I don't think this is working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whatever. But we just tend to just fall back. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, fade away.
Block.
Yeah. I don't ever block. I just stop answering the phone.
Oh, I have to block. I block and they call me from other numbers.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't do that. I just ignore the phone call.
No, it gets obsessive. I have to block.
Okay. I hear you. Okay. I get it.
That's that fragile male ego.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's weird because, you know, I don't know if I like you, I'll give you, you know, the courtesy. But I don't know if I ever I don't think there's anybody that I actually like dated seriously that I just stopped talking to. Like we're still friends. Yeah, I don't think I like just stopped talking to somebody.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that a couple times.
Because you're heartless, Justin. You're heartless.
I'm an Aries. That's what
Oh Lord. I don't think I've ever dated an Aries, so I don't know. I have the jury's still out on that. I don't know. The next one is we're hyper focused on sex.
Okay. That's probably why, you know, it's so easy to ghost, because once that portion or, you know, is satisfied or done with, or have gone somewhere, drifted off into another attention or direction, you just stop talking, communicating with that person.
Yeah, it says sex is scarily available. We can have it simply with the swipe of a finger. Yeah. It's that social media era, that internet era. So
I guess not only just that, but you know, the ability, the openness, and I guess it's not so much taboo as it was, or you know, as it used to be. It's not as sacred, I guess, valued as it used to be.
Yeah, it's just like a thing. It's just like whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Oh.
So
mine's is sacred.
But so I think that's why, you know, it's looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And so
that's sad too, because I know, like, just being in that club Saturday, I'm looking at them young girls like,
y'all so
man,
dumb.
You don't even gotta do all this. I promise you. You can pick any of them that you want. Just pick one. Just pick one.
You ain't gotta do nothing to get no attention.
Nope. But they was trying hard, sweating and everything.
Wow.
Lord.
Caught COVID and all.
You crazy. So, okay, it says we're in a competition of who can care the least. Oh man, if that ain't the truth. It says showing actual emotions is heavily frowned upon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I get into it all the time, and the first thing they say is, "You so emotional. Stop being so emotional." I'm like, I'm a girl. What do you mean? I have emotion.
Right.
I'm expressing myself. But now that makes sense. Like they don't. That doesn't register to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like to them that. And you know what? Oh, that just had an epiphany. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
So a lot of these young or those millennials, because I'm not a millennial, but a lot of them have a hard time with like expressing themselves because of that, and so they more often than not they're committing suicide a lot more often because it's like they
Mm-hmm.
can't express themselves because if I tell my friend how I'm feeling, they're gonna laugh at me,
Right.
criticize me, ridicule me.
If you heartbroken about,
Yeah.
said girl or said other person, and you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
They can't
Yeah.
share it. Dang,
Right.
that's a shame. Why
Yeah.
they so heartless? What's wrong with these people? That's y'all.
I don't know.
That's your people. That's
I
your
don't know why.
generation.
Nah, I'm 80. I'm at the end. I'm probably borderline. I just say I understand.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Hmm.
Yeah.
And because I be trying to figure out like, can you just show a little empathy?
Mm-hmm.
Act like you care.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm. It's a chapter in my book. I'm gonna have to put that.
Show a little care. It's a little bit.
Oh, here's one. It says we're too strategic about our responses. Responding right away comes across as desperate and too available.
Like to messages, like responding. Okay.
It says it's amazing how millennials view the luxury of having instant access to communication as something we need to treat as if we're still using carrier pigeon.
Okay, so the expectation of sending that text and getting an immediate response, or seeing that as read and the person not responding, I get it because back in the day, you gotta think like you used to, write letters or send letters, or then you had to wait for the person to write back and then
Right.
give it to you or pass it to the friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like grade school stuff, so it was like you had to do that. Before then, people had like pen pals and
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time I got a letter was when I was in the military, like early
Right.
in the military. After that it started being email. So,
But I think like for this, they're saying like they literally sit there and map out how they're going to respond. What time? Hold on, don't open it yet. They're gonna see that I read it. I
right.
gotta make sure I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real strategic about how to
Yeah.
respond to something.
Uh-huh.
And I think that goes hand in hand with the lack of emotion, the lack of that connection. Like I don't want to show them that I care.
Okay.
That's,
But then sometimes you got to respect boundaries because you can have that person that's like, you send a message or DM or whatever, and you see it red, like, well, why you ain't responding? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
dang, you just gonna
right.
ignore me? But they can just see it and respond, like get back to it, or sometimes like it's in the way you get distracted because there
Yeah.
is so much not to get distracted by. But
Mm-hmm.
there's that instant expectation
Yep.
of someone to respond, but you're not also respecting, I guess, that person's boundary of like,
Right.
okay, I can't immediately respond to this message, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Just kind of like when somebody's like, "Oh, I just text you and you on Facebook."
Right.
Hold up.
Okay.
I don't have to respond to you right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been like, I don't have to like right now. I don't want to feel obligated to respond,
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy. The
Yeah.
next one says, we expect a perfection that doesn't exist. Social media and thousands of dating profiles shoved in our faces leads us to believe we're entitled to a fairy tale life that doesn't truly exist. That's the truth. Oh.
Yep. You expecting that diamond, that Birkin.
He tried it.
But
Oh my God.
But yeah, you see, I mean, you should use it as, I would say, maybe aspiration, like, okay, look at that family thing, or black
Mm-hmm.
love or whatever. But you see these people and they're doing these couple trips to Santorini or Tulum. Tulum is real popping now. It's like, okay, well, we ain't popping out here if we ain't doing it. Like, why you gotta
Right.
be a popping couple? Why you gotta be a
Right.
power couple? Why can't y'all just be a happy couple? You know what I'm saying?
And they're basing it off of a 30-second clip or one
Right.
picture or
Uh-huh.
like cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
seriously this fake, non-realistic. Like you can't keep that up every day.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Your
But
expectations, are, off.
yeah, and they're basing a lot of their stuff on celebrities.
Right.
And like you don't have the same accent, and half of them are fake too. Like
Uh-huh.
all their
They
stuff
ain't
ain't
happy.
real either.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, if they ain't that, or they ain't happy either. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they gonna take these photos and be out at this red carpet or at this event, but
And they doing it because they
on a
getting paid to
low,
do it.
right? They getting paid, or so it's contractual, or they arguing in a car, or they taking separate cars and they not talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah. All right, you
Yep.
leaving? All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Type thing.
Terrible.
Yeah. So it is. I mean, you're not all happy. I'll be looking at. I don't know if it's transparency or what, but I'll be looking at the Cardi Offset, type situation, and I'm like, all right, she had, it's publicly out that she filed for divorce, and everybody's like, dang, back and forth, and it's like, you really don't care. And then it's like, okay, are y'all happy or no? You know what I'm saying? Like, she bought you a Bentley, or they did this, but I'm like, but are y'all happy though? That don't mean happiness. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
see, we were just talking about that
yeah,
value, material things, making it seem
right,
like that's what. No,
yeah.
that's what they
So,
think. Oh, he bought her this and that. Really,
mm-hmm.
they people, especially women, which
God
because
bless them.
actually, I want to say Cardi made a comment and said, I mean, he bought me this. What I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to take him back? Like, no. If you're not happy,
Yeah, basically.
no, you're not.
You ain't even gotta accept it just because he bought it.
Right. I was like,
So,
oh, nah. Yeah, but that's that they mentality. They think, oh, he bought me
right.
something nice, so that means he
Mm-hmm.
cares. No, he feel bad for some shit he did, and he got the money to buy it.
Or he doesn't know how to verbally express himself, and
Right.
so this is all he knows how to do.
Is keep buying you, and you keep accepting
Right.
it.
Exactly. So
You're
it's a
not
price.
challenging him and pushing him to say no. This is unacceptable for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean they so young.
Mm-hmm.
Child, I ain't got time. We're gonna go
It
over
be
one
that way.
more before we get out of
All
here.
right.
I think this one might be a good. It says we're overloaded with options. We don't believe we need to settle on anything because there's always someone better looking with a better family life, better hobbies, or someone with a better bank account.
Okay. It's always somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
I have this conversation all the time. Everybody is
Uh,
not replaceable.
correct.
And this generation, millennials, whoever the hell they talking about, they really do think that they can just throw people away.
Yeah.
They do. I don't know I don't know if it'll take for them, to just learn those lessons the hard way to figure that out, but they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna lose a lot of good people
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Right. You will lose certain, some really good people out of your life, and yeah. But sometimes you lose them out of your life not knowing how to place or keep them in your life too. You know what I'm saying? Because the person may not supposed to be your spouse or your partner, you know, or you just realize it is for a season. But it's like, hey, you do have to cherish and appreciate people,
Mm-hmm.
and from there, that's where things can, I guess, grow and be from there.
Yeah.
When you do, it's just like, all right, whatever. On to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. But they're like, oh well, I got you. I can get another one of you.
I can get another one.
Nah,
the water
baby, they
start
don't
running
come
out.
like this, honey.
Yeah, it's just, they just don't see it.
Yeah.
Because you have access, and that's the thing too. Like you be like, okay, yeah, you see certain people, but you do realize that person is in Ghana halfway around the world, right? Or you do realize that this person is actually happily in a relationship and doesn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay.
Yeah. But like I said, they got so many options. At least they think they have so many options.
They think they have options and they
presenting
don't.
themselves a certain way online doesn't mean that's what you're gonna get. They could just be saying whatever.
Exactly.
And you done jeopardize everything for a catfish. Terrible. Yeah, but they always looking for that easy way out.
Yeah.
No.
God bless them. All right, what you got going on this week?
Well, last week we had the video release and it went amazing. So everybody go check it out. The Big Facts remix with Rich Dunk. It's on YouTube. Check out the video. It's amazing. You'll laugh. It's hilarious. It's a great video. What I got coming up?
It pops out of the casket, like.
Yeah, he popped out the casket, so it was off the chain. Yeah. What else we got? We got our second annual turkey drive coming up. So we're giving out 100 turkeys to 100 families on November 22nd. So if you want to donate, hit me up in the inbox. Let me know. Or you want to come out and volunteer, whatever.
Yeah.
That was Money Train.
Yeah.
What else we got? Of course, I just did my photo shoot, so I'm gonna drop the pictures this week.
Carnival.
It was a good time. And then my website should be dropping soon for my Core Queen fitness line. I've been working on that.
Yeah, I see you posting pics. I'm like, she better go. Stolen them waist trainers. Like, get them out.
Hey, listen, by any means necessary.
Hey.
What you got going on this week?
Work. Work and Intelligently Ratchet. That's it. Wednesday, like I said, we've been nominated for Podcast of the Year through WRAL. And so, that's still available. Yeah, out here just trying to work, and that's about it.
They've been behaving themselves since this election.
I'll talk to you offline on that one.
Oh, okay.
I will talk to you offline on that one. I don't know how much I can really put out there, but yeah.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. So, all right, y'all. We check y'all out next week. Make sure y'all tune back in. Please make sure y'all share the page, and yeah, appreciate it. We out.